Hello everyone, it's Dr. Jean here from UNE Discovery. Like many people across the world right now, I'm working from home, so I'm filming this in my kitchen. So thank you for joining me. If you've met me on the road, you know that I like insects. In fact, I'm an entomologist, and as an entomologist, I study insects. I also make lots of collections of insects to use in my work. And today I would like to show you some insect collections. We use this collection when we're visiting schools with the Voyager to teach school children all about insects. The first thing that you'll notice is that each insect has a pin through it. The reason we put a pin through the insect is so we can keep its body and things like its legs and antenna from touching the bottom of the box. And the reason we don't want it sitting on the bottom of the box is that dead insects become very brittle, which means they will break easily. So by keeping them on a pin, they won't touch or bump into things and break. Having insects on a pin also makes it easier to move them around. You'll notice that I'm not actually touching the insect, I'm just holding the pin, which means that I'm less likely to bump and to break the insect. Now I'd also like to point out here that when I collect insects from my collection, I only collect dead insects. I really don't like killing insects because they do such an important job in the environment. In a moment, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own insect collection using things you already have around your house. But before we do that, let's learn a little bit about why people collect insects and put them in a collection like this. So there are lots of important reasons why entomologists and scientists collect insects. First of all, they provide a record of when and where different species occurred. Secondly, they provide a record of what a species is. So if you find an insect and you're not sure what species it is, you can have a look at a specimen in an insect collection and compare it to the specimen that you have and see if they're the same. So we have a record of what species look like, what different species look like. Thirdly, we can learn a lot about what insects look like and what they do by looking at insects in a collection. Finally, insects are quite beautiful, and when they are arranged in a collection like this, they look like a beautiful artwork. Now I said earlier that you can make your very own insect collection with things you have around your house. Let me show you what I mean. Here is the collection that I made earlier. Would you like to see it? Let's open it up. So I have a few different insects here. As you can see, I've got a dragonfly, a bee, a butterfly, a fly, and a lady beetle. Just like in our other collection, these insects have been pinned, but this time the pin is made out of a toothpick. And these pins keep our insects nicely pinned in the insect box. To attach the insects to the pin, I made a small hole in the insect's body and then pushed the toothpick through. And I made sure that the insect stayed on the pin by using a little drop of glue. To make my insects, I used some egg cups, some rigid plastic packaging, the cardboard from a tissue box, some toilet rolls and some kitchen paper rolls, some feathers, sequins, googly eyes, pom-poms, and some craft paint. I also used a hot glue gun to glue my insects together. Make sure you get an adult like mum or dad to help you when you're using a glue gun to make sure that you don't burn yourself. These are just the supplies that I had in my house, but you can use different things if you have other things at your place. The box that I'm keeping these insects in is an old gift box. You can use whatever box you have in your house, like a shoe box or even a cereal box. You will need to line the bottom of your box with something that you can push your toothpicks into. I have lined the bottom of this box with some old packing foam that we had in our garage. But you could use things like sponges or perhaps some blobs of blue tack. You just need something that you can put your toothpicks into. So once you've finished your collection, your imagination is the limit. You can pop them into your display box and have them as a beautiful collection like this, or you could dress up as scientists and get your insects out one by one and closely examine them and learn lots of things about them. perhaps you've got a magnifying glass at home that you can use to closely examine them. Well, that's it from me. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have fun making and playing with your insect collections. Take care.